That's yours.
That's mine.
And see how it has a bigger barb on it?
Yeah.
For the return. You got O-ring on that one too, right?
Yes. Yeah. All right.
I feel like this is gonna turn on, my boy.
Let's hope it does. They just need a static hands.
We out here. The only thing that's not plugged up is IAT sensor because EKs are over here and your normal one is over there. So we're gonna throw a checkage light for that, but it shouldn't not allow the car to turn on. Ready when you are, man. Yeah. Okay.
That's just too tight, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. Hey. Or no, actually it's pretty loose.
It's pretty. So should I let it run a little bit?
You don't have no vacuum leaks, no? Like open vacuums and nothing like that?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll do it once over right now, and then we'll try again. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys have seen the last video, I believe the last video we painted the roof and the trunk on the CRX. Now we're gonna continue a little bit with the parts for the HF CRX, but I started off my morning here by coming over to the homie's house, Alejandro, and give him a hand with his car. Well, technically I didn't come here to help him with that. I came here to pick up a whole bunch of CRX interior for, I don't know, a future project, a later project or something like that, and it is all here in his car. Now my van has been out of commission, and I'm gonna have to shove all of this into the CRX, which I'm sure will be perfectly fine. But while we were out here anyways, because I drove 35 minutes to be out here, he wanted me to come check out his car real quick since he just did a swap in the newer chassis. He's an EF guy. He had a CRX.
Yep.
Yeah, he finished it, then he sold it, man. Slaps. I don't know why he did that, but he got himself a newer Civic, a 99, and he decided he wanted to throw in a B20 VTEC. So he did the swap, he did everything, and the issue he was having was no throttle response. Now he kind of did a little diag with some of his friends and thought it was like something fuel related to what was going on with the car. So he swapped the fuel regulator out, he swapped the fuel pressure regulator out, and we weren't getting any fuel out of the regulator. We thought the regulator might be bad, so I pulled it out of my car, stuck it in here, same issue, and then I told him to prime it real quick. We felt some fuel coming out of here, but we didn't get any fuel out of here. So I started diagging this area real quickly, and we found out that what's funny is that this is the original one, right? Yep. So this is the original barb that goes to that filter, which is what he was running with this motor. And then the other fuel line, this is the single cam fuel line. It's exactly the same as the B series one. This is B series that he got from the junkyard, and for some reason fuel was not getting through here to go to the rail. So what I did was I took this off to try to figure out what was going on with this. Didn't really see anything wrong with it, but obviously we got to change it because I clamped the hell out of it. And then he actually got the matching banjo with this fuel line set up from the Integra he pulled out of the yard. And the one that we put in has a hole right in the middle. Now it made sense. This one doesn't have any hole. It's not going to feed fuel anywhere, right?
I know.
Where's the other bolt at? You still have the other bolt? Let me show the other bolt real quick.
The other bolt? This one, right?
Yeah, so we put this one on. This one has a freaking hole in it, right? And that feeds inside here, that goes into that little hole on the line itself, feeds the fuel rail. So we finally got fuel in it. We finally got the car to turn on. But now that the car was on, it was throwing a whole gang of check engine lights, right? We have a check engine light for IAT, which was unplugged because OBD2 is on the intake manifold. OBD0, OBD1 is on the intake manifold. We had a check engine light for crank sensor because OBD2 has a crank sensor down low. This motor doesn't. We had to bypass that at the EC wiring. We had a check engine light for map sensor. This one was a little tricky because we swapped map sensors, we swapped plug, we checked plug, and we still threw a check engine light for map sensor. And I was like, you know what, this manifold sat for a very long time, maybe the port is clogged. So I took the spare map sensor from that engine and ran an external vacuum line to that, deleted the code, and guess what? Check engine light's gone.
Check engine light's out.
Yeah, so we eliminated that, and the only other check engine light you have is the O2 sensor.
O2 sensors, yeah.
Which is literally chilling right there.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. Yeah. So the thing is, the car is surging idle really crazy right now, and two possibility. One, there's no coolant in the system, so the IAC is acting all kind of weird right now. And two, it is still running the stock Y8 ECU, which is not the correct ECU for this motor. But you are going to go to OBD1 chip P28 soon, so he's gonna sort all that out. Right now, we got the auto response, we got the car to turn on. It's idling all weird, but it's staying on its own. We got fuel, and now it's just a button-up series for him.
That I was worried about,
everything
fixed, so.
Everything he was worried about, we sorted it out today, and he just got to button up the rest of the little things, and this thing's gonna be on the road real soon.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, I'm buying the interior from him for later project, future project or something, but I'm also picking up something else from him too, which I can't take today because it does not fit in that car. But next week or so, you might be delivering it.
I'll deliver it.
Yeah, he's gonna deliver it, and you guys are gonna have to stick around and see that.
They gotta be a surprise.
It's a surprise. You guys probably might. No, you guys don't know what it is. I'm just gonna hold it off. So I gotta get out of here because I gotta make it to DMV to get my tags, or find a kiosk somewhere where I can go get my tags for the CRX and have that car up to registration again. Kind of forgot about it because it's been sitting under the covers for a couple of months now and it doesn't run, so I kind of forgot about the registration. But we got to sort that out today, so we're gonna load all of this up and head back home and get my tags, and we'll get back in the garage and continue with the 89 HF Ponda. Yo, this is what I wanted, but I'm not gonna.
What is it?
The divider
For the bottom?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running seats.
Yeah. Wait, what seats?
I have Euro seats, SIR seats.
You have SIR rears?
Rears, SIR rear seats with brackets and everything. I was gonna have you weld them in.
Oh, you bought those?
I bought those.
I thought he had. I didn't know he was doing SIR rear seats, but he's going extra fancy with the build. So.
Oh, you know it. You know it. It's gonna have, you know.
So. If you guys don't know, David, I showed him on the channel a little while ago, and he's always been an EJ6 guy, and he's always wanted a CRX. Last time we hung out was in 2012. That was a long time ago, actually. We hung out a long time ago. He comes by every now and then, and we've always talked about a CRX. He's always talked about wanting a CRX, and was this last year, right?
Yeah.
Last year you got this one?
Last year, yeah.
So last year,
my daughter was born.
yeah. So last year, David finally copped himself a CRX, and this is an SI. It's a shell, but it's got a ton of goodies. Got a great price on it. Came with a B16, and if you guys look, well, don't worry about it. It has a cage in the car, and he wants to put the whole interior back together. It already has a dash. He's already got door panels, which are pretty freaking clean. You guys, if you guys know, regular wear and tear, especially because of the roll cage, right? But for the most part, he wants interior back in this car. You don't have a carpet, do you?
No.
I have a black carpet.
If you do, fuck yeah.
This is a 1991. Yep, same thing right here. So he wants to put interior back in the car. Originally, I said I bought the interior for myself, and I was gonna keep it for like a later build or something. But David's car doesn't have interior at all. And if you guys remember the CRX that I got from trade work when I did a B16 swap in an EF sedan, I scored a Wing West black CRX. I restored it and then I sold it. He bought it, but due to some circumstances,
it had a lot of rust damage on it too.
A lot of rust damage all over the window, all over the quarter, and he actually parted it out. A few of the stuff is still in your backyard.
So I kept a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff went to me back, and he ended up copping this CRX, and because his interior is already black, I picked up black interior. It would look weird to have blue interior in the car because that other CRX was a blue interior car, but figured this interior would be useful for him. So got all the back plastics, all of the rear. Thank you, Alex, for all of this right here. Is definitely going to be put to use. He's going to pull the cage out, and you know what I'm saying, I'm going to get the roll cage and I'm going to use it in one of my vehicles. We'll talk more about that later, but just want to stop by real quick before he heads to work to drop off the interior, because I don't have any place to put it at my house other than running to the storage, which I don't have the keys to, and they're going to close soon, and yada yada yada. So dropping some stuff off for him. We're gonna work on this car soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
got my daughter sleeping right now.
yeah. He's a daddy now. All those years before, he was always out here wrenching on his car. He has an S2K, which is not here right now.
No.
Not here. He has an S2000. He's been driving, but
parts for.
yeah, and he finally copped himself a CRX that we're gonna get down with soon. So I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to a kiosk to go pay for my registration for the CRX. I still want to do that today, and we'll get back into the garage. All right, guys, so I am back home and I just paid the registration for the KRX, so that thing is ready for the road. So again, guys, I painted the roof and the trunk yesterday. I didn't show too much of how it looked in the video of me painting it because it was super dark already by the time we closed up the video, but let's give you guys another look real quick. I left this morning and I took a glance at the paint before I took off, and wow, the clarity is crazy with this clear coat that I'm using. Check it out. This is completely dry, and right off the gun, guys, it is super smooth. And I've always used like the in-house Legacy clear that the paint shop had, and I tried the European stuff this time around because they didn't have any more of the Legacy stuff, but this outdoes the Legacy 100%. It is looking fire. The trunk looks freaking amazing. I cannot wait to spray this clear coat on the entire rest of the car, because if it looks this good all around, I might not need to polish the entire car, only the areas that has runs, like the fenders and stuff that I was talking about in the previous video. But all I want to do today, the rest of my day, is obviously I started assembling the front end of the car already. We got the fender, we got the hood swapped over, we got the headlights, all the lighting, the corner lamps all plugged up. I want to get the bumpers out of the garage, or at least one of it now, because the rear bumper is not going to go on until we paint the back half of the car. But I want the front bumper on. I wanted to put all of the lights and stuff back in, secure it into place, bumper support and all the screws on the side, get this front end complete, and have that out of the garage. We painted the bumper a separate day, 3 days prior to painting the roof and trunk here. So they've just been sitting in the garage drying out, and they're pretty much dry to the touch. I peeled all this back the night that I painted this so that the paint didn't dry onto the tape, and when you peel the tape off, I didn't want, you know, paint to come off with the tape. So it's all pulled off beforehand, and like I said, I want to work on the front bumper right now. So shut your mouth, let's get to work. And I gotta turn the radio back on. You know what I find super funny is that people always find a reason to complain about a video that they're watching. If you don't like the audio, mute it. If you don't like the content, click out of it. And it's not cool to compare YouTubers to YouTubers. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody has the same focus. Yo.
Yo, what up, Dana?
What's happening? Yes, sir. What's up?
What's cracking? Hey, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Because I know you're EFQ.
I'm just an EF guy, bro.
Yeah, so we got a wagon here, right? And it has a V-swap.
That bothers me. That freaking bothers me. All right, guys, so we got the front end pretty much buttoned up. I actually spent a cool minute trying to finesse the bumper to fit up against the fender right here. If you guys know CRX owners or hatch guys, no, actually hatch guys, they have the filler piece in the middle, but the CRX guys, when you take this whole thing apart, there's a lot of like readjustments you have to do to get this to line up perfectly. Now, I think the bumper support is pretty bent, which is why the bumper to the hood gap is not like perfect. And that screw that sits right here at the bumper to bumper support under the corner lamp, that one is super off, and I can definitely see that the support is bent. So the bumper is not sitting 100%, although I would love to have it sit more straighter. I think this is the best I can do with that crash bumper support. And unless you change it out to a straighter one, this is the best it's going to fit. So we got everything all buttoned up, guys. We got all the masking off the car. Roof is painted, trunk is painted, fenders forward is completely painted, and hopefully this upcoming week, this actual week, we'll be painting the quarters and the doors. I'm super stoked to get this thing one color, because I can definitely picture it now. If you guys look at it like this, like if I just block it off like that, it's crazy to see it like not blue, the original color that I got this car in. And I'm actually more stoked to see it back in its stock color and its stock form. It does look a little naked without a front lip though, but there's nothing I can do about that. I don't have any more spare lips above my garage. So that is gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. Wasn't really much. I went all the way to the homie Alejandro's house to pick up the rear interior, which then I gave up to my buddy David for his CRX, because he's going to be putting full interior back in his car, and the SIR rear seat so he can carry his daughter around in the CRX when she's old enough. Also give a hand to Alex with his car. He had a no throttle response, no fuel, no bunch of check engine lights. He just had a lot of issues with the car after the swap, but we were able to diag the check engine lights and we tackled them one at a time. Now the car does now hold its own fluctuating idle. It does have fuel now, and he's just got to button up the rest of the stuff like coolant and O2 sensor and all that stuff. He's going to be coming here in the next week or so to drop off something else I bought from him that I couldn't fit into my car, so you guys are going to be seeing that real soon. But as far as today goes, we made some progress towards getting this HF CRX more completed. And again, this is going to wrap up the video, guys. If you enjoyed today's progress on the front end installation, trim bumper paint on the CRX, be sure to leave this video a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around to see the rest of the paint job for the car, I was going to do one side one day, one side another day, but I think I'm just going to tackle both of them together. But first, I'm going to spend an entire day to block all the primer down, and then we'll start the video on painting the quarters. So if you guys want to stick around and see that, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.